Hello, Scoop Troop. Welcome back to another episode of the Sober Scoop. Today, we're going to be talking about daylight savings time because if you're listening in real time, it's early November and daylight savings just happened. And I'm not going to lie, daylight savings time is difficult for people who used to rely on alcohol because, at least in my own situation, the evenings are where my alcohol problem really kicked into high gear. Like when I was bored, when it was dark, when I'm just sitting at home by myself, those were the times that I would turn to alcohol to like fill the void of, loneliness, boredom, darkness. As humans, as beings on this earth, we are wired to start winding down when it gets dark and wake up when it starts getting light. And so when it starts getting dark at frickin' 4 p.m. in the Pacific Northwest, right now it's like 5 p.m., but pretty soon it's going to be 4 p.m. That's difficult. That's really early compared to the summer when it's light until 10 p.m. It's an adjustment for sure. And so today I want to provide some daylight savings time hacks so that we can survive and thrive even in the winter when the days are shorter and there's a lot more time spent at home relaxing. So I have 6 hacks for you guys. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the Sober Scoop. This is a judgment-free zone where we talk about how to get sober and stay sober. You're not alone. I hope you feel seen. Quitting alcohol is the best decision I've ever made. Number 1 is to find a treadmill or a walking pad. You might have to buy one, but it is worth it. I have a treadmill at the gym that I go to, which is very close by, so I do an extremely short walk to the gym, and I can get on the treadmill there. But walking is one of my biggest life hacks, I guess, in sobriety. It's like one of the biggest pieces of advice that I always talk about. Like, walk if you're lonely. Walk if you're bored. Walk if you're having a craving. Walk if you're in your head and obsessing about something. Like, walking is literally my hack to everything. It is my solution. It is my cure. Walking is my medication and my therapy. Like, walking is everything to me. And getting outside and doing my walks outdoors is what makes me really happy. But I'm, a young gal, and I'm not really trying to go walk outdoors in the dark by myself. Not super safe. I feel like okay doing that if it's 5 p.m. or something and there's still lots of people around, but I'm not going to be going on my 8 p.m. walks in the winter. I'm just not. So we have to find a way around this because for me, walking is so critical to my mental health and to my success in sobriety that I have to find a way to keep it as part of my routine, even when it gets darker. So find access to a treadmill somehow. Maybe it's, the $5 a month Planet Fitness membership. Maybe it's purchasing a walking pad from Amazon or something. I just looked online. I looked on Amazon and you can get a walking pad for between $84 and, up to $160. So just do the math there, okay? 84, let's do the math together. How long is winter? November, December, January, February, March, maybe into April, but let's say 4 months. So $84 divided by 4 is 21. You are paying $21 a month to improve your mental health, stay in shape. It's really mostly mental. I mean, yes, it's great to stay in shape and move your body, and that is essential to living a long life. But it's for your mental health and staying sane and seeing success in your sobriety. So to me, $21 a month is so worth it if you don't have access to a treadmill somewhere. And anyway, so find somewhere indoors that you can walk. At your gym, in your home, if you're able to get a treadmill or a walking pad, just find access to indoor walking, essentially. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn on our favorite show and we're going to walk our little hearts out, because there's plenty of time to relax during the winter. And I'll get into this later, but when it gets dark at 5 p.m., it feels like, okay, it's time to start relaxing, right? Like I'm in evening relax mode, but that's a lot of time to relax from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. or whenever you go to sleep, like 6 hours of relaxing. So if you are drawn to watch TV, maybe just get on your walking pad. For me, I bring my cell phone down to the gym for my evening walk in the winter. And if like, okay, the Kardashians episode comes out on Wednesdays, right? So instead of sitting at home and watching the Kardashians episode, I just walk for the entire Kardashians episode. And there you have it. It's just so good for your mental health. And I tell you, no matter what, after a walk, you will feel better. Sometimes I really don't feel like going on a walk, but I've done so many walks that I know that it'll make me feel better. Whatever I'm feeling, a walk will cure it. And so I try to tell myself that, like, once I get started, I'll immediately feel better and I'll be so happy I did this in like an hour. So just do it. I also love listening to podcasts. I like listening to podcasts more when I'm out and about and there's like outdoor scenery, but got to do what you got to do. So if you want to listen to your podcast while you're on the treadmill, do that. So just find a way to walk indoors. That's my first tip for surviving daylight savings time. Number 2, a couple of these really tie together, but number 2, delay relaxing. That's what I was saying in the previous bullet as well. That's a lot of time to relax from the moment it gets dark all the way until you go to sleep. 6 hours sometimes, okay? So we don't want to be relaxing for those 6 hours. I mean, would you do that in the summer? Relax from 5 p.m. onward? Probably not. And it's too much time. And the abundance of time is a beautiful thing in sobriety. And you will find a way to make the most of it. But in the beginning, the abundance of time can be intimidating and it can cause this boredom, this restlessness, this sense of, what do I do with my life right now? So if you can delay relaxing till a little bit later in the evening, like fill your time. So let's say it gets dark at 5 p.m. Fill your time from 5 to 7:30 doing something. And then 7:30, it's like start making dinner, and then it's eat your dinner, and then you're not relaxing till 8:30, and then it's only 8:30 to 11 of relaxing. Because for me, at least, I'm just talking from personal experience, the evening and it being dark outside is triggering for me to drink. Not as much now that I have 500 days of sobriety, but in the beginning, I mean, even now I do feel that little tinge of like, okay, I used to just drink my evenings away. Now what do I do? So I don't actually feel tempted to pick up a drink, but I'm like, yeah, I used to drink to get through this time for sure. So yeah, it's triggering. So try to delay relaxing, because relaxing is when you turn to booze. Boredom, chilling on the couch, watching TV, that can be triggering to drink. So delay that feeling as long as possible in the winter during daylight savings time. And just to piggyback off of that, number 3, make plans for the evening. I know we're probably all in the same camp that like I prefer to be out and about doing things when it's light out. And my body is like on autopilot. As soon as the sun starts setting, I am heading home. I just like to be cozy at home when it gets dark. I don't like to be out and about in the dark. I don't. So a tip that I have for you guys and for myself, I have to remember to do this, is to make plans for the evening. And this goes hand in hand with like delaying your relaxing. So try to fill the time from once you finish work to maybe once you're cooking dinner. Try to fill that with something, an actual plan that's on your calendar. This could be grocery shopping. You could say, today after work, I'm going to the grocery store. This could be a closet clean out. I talk about this all the time. Go through the clothes in your closet. Pick, a handful of things or more than a handful of things that you want to give away, and then go to the thrift store, donate them or sell them, and then do a little shopping around. That's a whole evening activity right there. You could get your nails done or schedule your hair appointment instead of like 11 a.m. on a Tuesday and you have to take time off work. Do it for the evening in the winter. Schedule your beauty appointments for the evenings to just take up some of your evening time. It helps. And then, of course, there's fitness. So I typically like to work out before I work, like the first thing I do when I start the day. I really enjoy that. It like gets my day off to a good start. But maybe in the winter, move that to the evening, because that's something you can do in the dark. You can't do everything in the dark, but one thing you can do is your fitness. So whether that's going to the gym, walking on the treadmill, or scheduling a fitness class. This is really helpful because it's actually something that you pay for and get on the calendar. And fitness classes are expensive, okay? So I know this isn't an option for everybody. And sometimes I can't make sense of it when I already have a gym membership to be like, okay, now I gotta go pay $40 to do this yoga class. But look at it as a special occasion. I'm trying to tell myself this too, because I'm struggling to wrap my head around spending $40 for a class when I get my gym essentially for free. I mean, the more I go, the cheaper it is, right? That's girl math. But I think we look at it less as, okay, I'm getting my workout in, and maybe more of I'm doing something past dark. It's a plan. It's somewhere I have to be. It's something different. It's fun. Great for your mental health. It's good for socialization, like getting out, being around other human beings, meeting other girls or guys or whatever, challenging yourself a bit. There's great things to come of it. And the evening makes me feel bored and lonely a lot of times, and going to a workout class kind of helps combat that a little bit. Number 4, take your time cooking dinner and enjoy the process. I'm not much of a chef, okay? But I think looking up a recipe, going and shopping for those specific ingredients, like bringing it home, putting on some music or a show, a little Sex in the City while you make your meal, like that's fun. And it makes it a whole experience instead of just heating something up real quick and having that be your dinner. Like make cooking dinner part of the fun. And take your time doing it. It takes up time in the evening that you would be spending just sitting on the couch thinking to yourself, what should I do right now? So take a little extra time to make yourself a meal. And this can come out in the form of baking as well. So if you had a nice dinner or whatever, maybe in the evening, instead of sitting your booty on the couch and watching TV endlessly for hours, maybe get out your baking tray and whip up some brownies or some blondies or some cookies. Maybe make it from scratch. Go get the ingredients from the store and like actually bake something. Maybe some protein banana bread for the next day. If you're like trying to be healthy, make little protein muffins or protein balls, no bake. Lots of fun ideas there. Okay, number 5. Always have a show to look forward to. So I keep talking about delaying your relaxing time, right? But eventually, when you do relax, when you are sitting your booty on the couch and watching your show, or watching on the treadmill, whatever. But let's say you're in your relax mode and you're going to your TV and you just flip through Netflix, flip through Hulu, and you spend 45 minutes just looking for something to watch. Like, first of all, that's so unproductive, but also that makes me feel kind of sad. When I don't have something that I'm looking forward to, and when every show that I kind of start for 5 minutes doesn't quite give me the feeling that I'm looking for, it frustrates me. It really does. So I think it's important to always have a show that you're looking forward to. And one way to do this is to always have a series TV show going on that has a lot of episodes. So we're talking a Breaking Bad, Friends, Sex in the City, Gilmore Girls, that's on my bucket list. Just a show that has a lot of episodes, like you're not going to run out. And then, of course, you can mix in those weekly shows like The Bachelor or Kardashians or whatever shows come on weekly for you. Or randomly when Love is Blind comes out on Netflix, or these shows that you want to watch. You can mix those in. But once that ends, once your show ends, it makes me a little bit sad when I don't have something else ready to go. So having a show that you just consistently watch over a long period of time, I think is good. And something that you haven't seen yet, so you're like looking forward to the next episode. And also, I have this on Instagram. It's like an album called Shows to Watch. And when I see little tidbits on, as I'm scrolling through Instagram, like I get a lot of those show previews. What are they called? Trailers. That's what they're called. I get a lot of trailers on social media, so I save them into my album. And I also have a notes app, or a folder in my notes app called Shows and Movies to Watch. And I just jot them down in there. I also follow, what's her handle, like That Documentary Girl or something on Instagram, and she posts every single day about good documentaries. So you can go on there and save them in your Shows to Watch album on Instagram, and start creating a list for yourself. So when you're in that zone of like, what should I watch? I have nothing to watch. You go and cross one off your list. And it's really fun. I've talked about this a lot, but I also in the past have picked an actor or a producer or director or whatever and gone through and watched all of their movies. Okay, I've only done this twice, and I did all of Leonardo DiCaprio's movies. Okay, I probably missed a few, but I watched like almost all of them. And I also did it with Sandra Bullock. Hot take, because apparently some people like hate Sandra Bullock. So weird. But I really like Sandra Bullock. Anyway, so I went through and watched all of her movies. I really like her too because she's so different in all of them. Same with Leonardo DiCaprio, but it's like she can be tough and rigid, or she can be like funny and cutesy, and I just love the juxtaposition between her different characters, and even within one movie, the juxtaposition of different characters. Like, she's just so funny how she can flip from being cute and smiley to like really intense. I don't know. I like her a lot. So pick an actor or director or whatever and watch all of their movies. I can never pronounce this person, Scorsese. Maybe watch all of their movies. I don't know. Just, it's kind of like you're on a mission, and it feels really good. It feels like, you know, you're crossing off things on the movie bucket list. Maybe there's movies that you've never seen. Like for me, I haven't seen Gone with the Wind, and I'm literally named after a character in Gone with the Wind. What the heck? So I need to watch that eventually. So that would be on my shows to watch list or movies to watch list. So start creating your list, and just when you're bored, go through that list. And we have number 6, stock your fridge with non-alcoholic beverages. I probably sound like a broken record, but go to the store. Sometimes they have like a 5 for $20 deal on 12 pack of sodas. So you get 60 sodas for like $20. And I'll get like a diet root beer, a diet ginger ale, a diet orange soda. Yes, I drink diet sodas because if I drank regular sodas, I would be huge because I drink a lot of soda. This is a whole other story, but recently I've been on a sparkling water kick and I haven't been drinking as much soda, but me as a human being, typically I drink a lot of soda. So anyways, get an iced tea, get the sparkling waters, just go crazy at the store getting fun drinks. I got the orange cream drinks from Prime, you know, Logan Paul's brand. They're pretty good. They're very sugary tasting, even though there's zero sugar, so kind of like fake tasting. But they're all right, you know, just try things. I even got have you ever gone down the juice aisle and gotten like the zero sugar juices that they have? Like zero pink lemonade? Oh my God, it's so yummy. How is that zero? I don't know. But anyway, go crazy. Stock your fridge, make your fridge look like a vending machine, because in the evening it is fun to sip on something. And it's fun to have warm, cozy beverages as well. Might I suggest getting a little tea kettle? I have one of those electric tea kettles, and I just like constantly have a pot of water going, and you can mix anything in with that. You can get a bunch of fun tea packets. Or last night I got this, I had this packet from an event. It was like a magnesium sleep powder thing. And I poured like half of it into my mug and then did hot water. And it was like a sleepy girl tea. I mean, it was so yummy. So I'm kind of into warm beverages in the winter. Like I said, hot chocolate. It could be decaf coffee. There are tons of things. Just go crazy because it's fun to sip on something in the evening. And if you're anything like me, it's muscle memory to just have drink after drink after drink in the evening, especially during daylight savings time when it's dark and there's nothing else to do. So you just want to sit on the couch and drink. Have drinks available for yourself that are NA, non-alcoholic. And that is my list for how to make the most of daylight savings time and not go insane. So, best of luck to you. Make sure to join our Facebook support group if you haven't already. I will link it in the show notes, but it's also called The Scoop Troop on Facebook. And thank you for being a part of our community. I'm so grateful and glad to have you here. Good luck on your sober journeys, and we got this. Even though the days are getting shorter and daylight savings time is upon us, we are staying strong, and we got this. Love you guys. Bye.